And then I also have a business named called Presentations. So it's kind of, I have a nonprofit and a business. So the nonprofit is the ministry side. The business is the presentations, so called Presentations. So the presentation side, we do like film, websites, apps, a lot of digital marketing. So that's kind of where my bachelor's comes in with marketing management. And then the ministry side, we do a lot of youth. So it's more of like a youth ministry. So we do like weekly youth groups. We have 6 locations around the island, and it's super fun. And do different events. With COVID, we haven't been able to do many events. I guess a little bit about just the ministry side. So the ministry actually started in Moanalua. So when I was at Moanalua Middle School, I felt God called me to start a Christian club. So it started as a Christian club when I was 13 years old. I didn't know what I was doing. I asked admin, can I start a club? They said, what club do you want to start? I said, I want to start a Christian club. I said, okay, well, we'll give you this small closet room that you can meet out of, because they didn't think that many students would want to join. And so I said, you know what, like that's fine, at least we can get it started. And so I had a sign-up sheet, and in middle school, all you did was you posted it in the back of the CAF, and you let people sign up, and you asked people to sign up. So I posted it in the back of the CAF, and I prayed over it, and I said, God, I just want at least 6 students on this sheet, like the next day that I come back. And I went home, came back the next day, and there were 60 kids that signed up for a Christian club. And it became the biggest public school Christian club on island. We were featured on the news a couple times for it. That carried over to the high school. And so now we still have the Christian club here at this school. And when I graduated, that's when I started Called Ministry as a kind of youth group. And so that's been, I graduated in 2016. The group launched in 2017. And we've been kind of operating that up until now. And so we do 4 things for the ministry. One is that the campus clubs. And so we have a club here at Mauna Loa. We have a club at Leeward Community College, at Eva Mackay Middle School. So those are the 3 clubs that we have. And we just launched different clubs in schools. So that's one thing that we do for the ministry. The second thing we do, we call it house parties. So that's more of the weekly services. They meet on Friday nights, and that's partnerships with either other churches or people who want to lead a group, and we help train them up, and they lead it at their house. The third thing we do is the events that you're asking about, and so that's, we call it youth rallies. And so that's usually when all our locations come together. It's a big kind of just like rally together. Usually it's just a one-night thing. We have games, some kind of like special element, performance, dance, things like that. And then the fourth thing we do is outreach. We call it called takeovers. So basically we just tell like all our locations, hey, this Saturday we're gonna take over a Baskin and Robbins, and we send out the location, and everyone, all the youth just come. We buy everyone like ice cream, and we just hang out, and they can invite their friends. And so it's super fun, very just like relationship building and social time. Yeah. My free time, I do like video and media. So that's kind of like my passion that turned into a job or a side business. And so I love just kind of creating, writing stories, doing like short films. Over the pandemic and quarantine, like me and my brother did just a lot of like random fun like social media videos. But like that's something big that I like on the free time. Another thing is just music. And so whether it's playing the guitar, singing, piano, that's kind of like just like on the free time, just to kind of like unwind and relax. Some of the things that I like to do. We haven't done it in a while, but before COVID and everything, we had a show in Waikiki. Yeah, I think it would be easy to say like my biggest inspiration would be one of my mentors, but like honestly, like I do get inspired by them, but I almost feel a little bit more disciplined by them. And so it's kind of like a reverse mentoring that like I see as my biggest inspiration. So for the ministry side, I have a leadership team of about 30 to 35 young adults. And kind of just seeing how they operate and what they, like how they just balance their life really inspires me. Like I know that like I'm their leader, but it's kind of like that reverse like leadership where like I feel like they kind of push me farther than I'm pushing them. And so I think like my inspiration and a lot of like my motivation comes from seeing how they handle situations. It's just cool to see like when your fruit starts producing fruit. Like it's just like that's kind of inspiring.